Perhaps when you come across traditional Chinese culture, it always feels kind, mysterious, and deep, right? In many films, Chinese elements are often embodied by a supervised master who talks about yin yang as the five elements, and all those crazy martial art moves. The hero learns from them, gets some author skills, levels up, and become a total legend. And then the master, they just piss off, like their job is done. They turn into a puffle of smoke and become one with the universe. So Chinese medicine also talks about yin yang and the five elements. Does that mean if we study it, we will get some cool superpowers too? Well, sorry to break it to you, but I can't give you move level magic. What I can do is help you understand where all those yin yang and five elements stuff comes from, what it really means, and how it's actually used. You may not to become a Kung Fu master, but you can use this knowledge to turn into your body, understand what's going on, and basically become your own health guidance. Hello everyone. From this section, we will officially begin our exploration of the fundamental theories of traditional Chinese medicine. The first concept I will introduce is the most fundamental and basic concept in TCM. It's also a core concept in ancient Chinese philosophy regarding the understanding of the world. The concept is monism of Qi. What is Qi? I would like to explain it in two steps. First, if we directly translate the Chinese character, it means gas. Please take a moment to visualize the nature of gas. It is elusive, rising and falling, appearing and disappearing, gathering and dispersing. It's difficult to grasp, but there are moments when we can distinctly sense its presence, like cigarette gas. Moreover, it is in constant motion, continuously transforming until it eventually disappears. From a physics point of view, a gas is made up of tiny gas molecules. So, when we talk about the concept of qi in TCM, you may already associate it with those characteristics of gas. Now, we summarize the first note. Qi is in constant motion, and it is composed of countless extremely tiny particles. Now let's move on to the second step. Please retranslate the word gas back to its corresponding Chinese pronunciation as qi. This is crucial. In the context of gas, the tiny particles that make up gas are gas molecules. However, in the context of qi, the tiny particles that constitute qi are the fundamental elements that make up everything in the universe. Maybe in physics there is a lot of stuff that can make up the universe, but in TCM we generalize them under the abstract concept of qi. Now let's summarize again. Qi is in motion, composed of extremely tiny particles. Those particles are the fundamental elements that constitute everything in the universe. And those particles, through process of gathering and dispersing, ultimately form different states of matter, thereby creating our world. Since Qi can constitute everything in the universe, our body are also made up of Qi. Every activity within our bodies are a manifestation of the movement of Qi. Why is the Qi considered the most fundamental concept in TCM? Because the definition of Qi reflects two basic principles of TCM. First, we are an organic whole with the universe and all things within it. The activities of our bodies are closely related to the external national environment. Therefore, we should not only pay attention to our own physical state, but also be mindful of how changes in our surrounding environment affect our bodies. Second, our bodies are constantly undergoing various movements and changes, which are too lumberers to observe entirely. Thus, we use the characteristic of Qi movement to generalize the activity of Qi in the body. The characteristic of gas movement is manifested in four basic forms: ascending, rising, descending, falling, exciting or diffusion, and entering or gathering. You may have already noticed that those tiny particles, Qi, produced completely opposite effects through their movement. Continuous movement can cause similar substances to gather more closely. In this case, the moving Qi will inevitably split into two parts, each maintaining opposite characteristics. And this is the concept of yin and yang. Yin and yang are another important fundamental concept in TCM theory. They both belong to Qi, but represent the two opposing aspects of Qi. Let me emphasize again. Yin and Yang are also Qi, and thus they possess the character of Qi, the movement. At the same time, Yin and Yang are opposite, so the states and movements of the Qi they represent are also opposite. The concept of yin and yang can be observed in everything in the universe. Every substance composed of Qi contains a characteristic of unity and opposition. Yin and Yang are not separate entities, but are closely interconnected, representing two aspects of the same thing. However, Yin and Yang are also relative. They can transform into each other depending on the perspective from which we observe them, and they are infinitely divisible. At the same time, there is no clean-cut boundary between yin and yang, no absolute black or white. Instead, there exists a gray area where they interact and transform into one another. What are the characteristics of yin and yang? In the 黄帝内经, the Yellow Emperor's classic canon, the ancients used a very vivid analogy. They compared yin and yang to water and fire. Like water, things that are still, internal, descending, cold, and dark belong to the category of yin. Like fire, things that are moving, external, ascending, warm, and bright belong to the category of yang. With those attributes in mind, we can apply the concept of yin and yang to almost all substances. Now, returning to our bodies, how do we distinguish yin and yang? This mainly depends on our criteria for observation. If we consider the position, we can consider the upper body as yang and the lower body as yin, the exterior of the body as yang and the interior as yin, or the outer sides of the limbs as yang and the inner sides as yin. If we consider the function, the physical substances of the body, like muscle, skin, is yin, while the life functions like contraction of muscle, skin protection functions are yang. Therefore, when analyzing the functions of the organs, the five solid organs, heart, lungs, spleen, liver, and kidneys are yin, while the six hollow organs, gallbladder, stomach, colon, small intestine, bladder, are yang, as they are empty inside, but sustain life functions. Of course, even within a single organ, we can further distinguish yin and yang, because yin and yang are infinitely divisible. Under normal circumstances, yin and yang always maintain a balanced state. They are mutual restraint and meanwhile interdependence. Therefore, any increase or decrease in either side will disrupt the body's balance, leading to illness. Okay, we have finished those two concepts, Qi and Yin Yang. You can use Yin Yang to separate everything in the world, and you can practice. Hope see you in the next video. Bye bye.